Peace, everyone. So hopefully this video doesn't run too long. I don't really like this phone anymore because it tells me that I don't have enough space to do anything. And I got another phone I could do my videos off of, but I'm going to try with this one, and I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. But I wanted to take an opportunity to talk about my experiences about the Ouija board. And I also want to give my feedback on whether you should or shouldn't use it. I've been seeing a lot of negative feedback on YouTube about it. So I kind of wanted to dive deep into that and why that may occur and all the other stuff. But first, let me talk to you about my first Ouija board experience. So when I first played with the Ouija board, I was 15 years old. I played with my son's father. He wasn't a father of my sons at the time. I didn't have any children at the time. And I played with a high school friend that I would refer to as my sister. So us three played. Whoever we contacted did not have very good grammar at all. They claimed to be my grandmother, but they called me the B word several times. Do I know if somebody was moving it? I'm not sure. But whoever it was, they had very bad grammar. Now, what I want to say, give me 1 second, sorry. Okay, sorry about that. I had to find some toys for my daughter. Alright, so where was I? So I was talking about the Ouija board. So yeah, so y'all already know who I played with or whatever. I was 15, and I believe she was 17. And then my son's father at the time, he was 19. He was 4 years older than me. So yeah, we all played. Whoever we contacted, they had very bad grammar, and then they kept spelling out the B word. So it's like, when I calculated, it's like, well, maybe my son's father was the one who was moving it because he had very bad grammar too. But then it's like, it could be my grandmother because, you know, I would imagine that the English wasn't very good back then. We're talking about my great-grandmother, not my grandmother, my great-grandmother. So yeah, so this whoever we contacted was saying that I should stay with my child's father and etc., which was even more suspicious. So it's looking a lot like he might be the one who was moving it potentially. But anyway, that happened or whatever, and so we ended up closing out session. And then I think at one point in time he was moving the board, and I think at one point in time she was moving the board because we had a falling out about something. I mean, it gets messy. That's another story for another time. I don't want to get into that, but yeah, I feel like they both at one point in time were moving the piece or whatever. But anyway, I never got the chance to really play it by myself. I wanted to get a chance to play it by myself. I think the times I did try to play it by myself, I didn't have very much success with it. However, I have tried automatic writing. I just didn't have the patience for it. I did feel something in my hand, so I feel like if I was more consistent and patient with it, I would have came up with the results that I wanted. But anyway, my son's father's experiences was he felt like eyes were on him and stuff like that. So I ended up just getting rid of the board. Even though I didn't really have any bad experiences, I ended up getting rid of the board or whatever. But I'm becoming more curious about the board now, so I'm considering getting it. But I've been watching all these videos, and there's a lot of negativity about it, and I want to get into why. So the reason why I feel like there's a lot of negativity around the board is because they treat it like a horror movie or something. Like, they treat it like a form of entertainment. They don't take the spirit realm seriously. They don't believe in it. They're just looking for something to scare the crap out of them, and I feel like that in itself is very disrespectful to the spirits. So going in like that, oh, you just think I'm a toy thing, oh, you think I'm a Barbie doll or something like that to be played with. Keep in mind, when you die, I mean, put yourself in their position. So I feel like a lot of people who play with these these tools that have to do with spirits, they aren't able to put themselves in the situation of that spirit. So it's like, when you die, do you really want somebody who doesn't take you seriously? It's like they're provoking you. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who you're coming across. You don't know how the person died. You don't know about the mourning, because what I've come across is when a person passes away and a lot of people feel sadness and sorrow behind that death, that may cause a person who have passed to actually stay on the physical realm. So their spirit is still around because their family members and their friends are still sad and they weren't ready for that person to leave. So it's stuff like that. So it's like you're giving the spirit a reason for it to mess with you. Now, the Ouija board, my thoughts and opinions, should it be used? Yes, but I feel like it should only be used if you are trying to contact your spirit guides or your ancestors. Why is another reason why people have bad experiences with Ouija boards? Well, inexperience is one of them. For example, like some tribes are actually meant to deal with the spiritual realm. They are able to access it from generations to generations because it's been word of mouth. It runs in the family. It's tradition. So people who aren't traditionally yoked for to deal with something like that, they may be asking for problems, especially if they're going in without doing a strong study and understanding of what's going on. So that's another reason why people may have bad experiences behind it. Not only do they not take it seriously when they should, because it's an actual person who was here, who died. They don't consider that fact. You know, not only that, then it's the experience thing. So there's that. Like I said, I'm trying to get through everything because I don't know how much time I got on this thing. This thing really makes me very upset. But anyway, there's that. Do I see myself using the Ouija board? I kind of struggle with that, because another reason why people may have issues using the Ouija board is because, think about it, like if a spirit wants to contact somebody, shouldn't that be up to the spirit whether they want to contact somebody? Would you want a person to have access to you whenever you felt like you wanted to talk to them? Think about being alive and somebody just being able to open your door and say, hey, I want to hang out. Maybe you don't want to hang out. So that's another reason why these people are having very bad experiences. So it's like, I'm like, okay, so would I use the Ouija board? Because I have to feel like, okay, am I being disrespectful? So that's why when it comes to using them, it's very important to have the prayers. It's important to have the sage. You want to be 150% because the board itself might be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? They already don't like the board. It's like, you know, they don't want to be summoned whenever somebody summons them. Who wants to do that? You wouldn't want to do that. Being a human being, you want to be around people you want to be around. You choose to be around. You don't want somebody to have access to you or your house or your home or anything like that. So that's something else that has to be taken into consideration when you are dealing with the Ouija board. So it's like, I figure if I wanted to go into the Ouija board, if I wanted to start using it, I would make sure that I would call on my higher selves and my spirit guides. And I wouldn't even put Ouija on my board. I probably would make mine by hand. I would not put a Ouija. I don't even know what that is. So I feel like we have to set the tone. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So yeah, so if I were to use one, I would not call it a Ouija board. I would probably call it a spirit divination tool or something like that, or a higher self board. Something that has my own energy wrapped around it. Something that would serve the highest good. Something that would welcome in my higher selves and my spirit guides and my ancestors. So we have to set the tone to what we want to come in. And we have to respect those, even if they might be good spirits. We have to respect them if they don't want to talk. So that would be one thing too as well. Like I said, I haven't had any strong connections to the Ouija board, but if you're on my other channel, I do talk about how I've explored certain spiritualities. I might give that link up in my description if I can find that video, but I do talk and go into that. And I might address that in this channel too, what I was getting into and all this other stuff, because I've explored religion and different spirituality systems. Like, I'm not an amateur really. I've kind of, what people would say, dabbled. I did it with very little study, but at the same time I do feel like my family was very spiritual people already, so it was just something that was already in me. I just had to play around with it more. Maybe I should have read more books and things like that, but I used myself and my experiences to further explore spirituality. But like I said, I did not want to make this video very long. I just wanted to briefly go over that I have been watching videos on the Ouija board. I'm still probably watching or whatever, and I also want to bring up that I only came across one video that was kind of 100% sort of a decent experience, like, or not an experience, but a decent review on the Ouija board, like someone that view it in a higher regard than most of these videos, because most of the videos be talking about, oh, you shouldn't use it, never use it, blah, 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 and I wanted to give my 100% yin and yang feedback on that, you know. So if you are going to use it, just always be in your higher self about it. Never use it for the flesh. Like, oh my God, I gotta use it. That's not the right reason for to use it. You know, you want to use it in order to do things that involve your higher self in your highest regard. Not when you're low. It's almost the same thing with dating, you know. You don't want to go into a new relationship when you haven't fully and 100% completely healed from another relationship. Just want to use that as an example. That would be a lower self thing. Now, higher self thing, you want to date and be in a relationship, but you have done all the steps to heal from your previous relationship, and you are exceeding at your highest good. But anyway, let me end this video. Thank you for tuning in. Link up with me. Join all 3 of my channels. I do have 3. Peace, love, and light. Thank you for giving me your energy.